Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jerry. So today it's going to be part two to my review of Amazon Prime's Invincible, which is, if you don't know about it, I mean, see part one. Why would you watch part two without part one? So, but basically what it is based on a comic book series of the same name, Invincible, that is kind of a different look at superheroes. It's has all the bright colors and all the adventure and stuff, but it's a lot more. I don't know if I want to say adult because it's not like The Boys, where that was like nudity and graphic violence and really R-rated stuff. This is more adult, more mature, but it's not that kind of mature. It's more like teenager, or yeah, no, teenager. I think that's good. I think it's more for like teenagers and older, not necessarily like 18 and older. But so part two, my first part is I watched the first three episodes, and on this one I watched the rest of the episodes. To be honest with you guys, don't tell anybody. It's been like a month or two, or maybe even longer since I've watched these episodes. Busy life, I do jobs and family, so. But I'm finally getting around to recording it, so excuse me if I'm a little hazy. I don't exactly remember how many episodes long this is. I want to say 8, but I also think that that's too many. I don't know that it was that many. I do know, no, I'm not going to do any spoilers, so I don't know if I want to put spoiler free on this, but I'm going to try not to spoil anything really. The ending, I kind of kept waiting for a few weeks after the last episode to see if more episodes were, because it left it not on a traditional cliffhanger, because I don't know if the people who made it knew if they weren't going to be coming back or not, so it wasn't a traditional cliffhanger, but it left me really kind of like, oh, what's happening next? What's going to be the next story arc? Where is this going? What's going to happen? Because if you know, the comic book series is long running, so it might even still be going on as far as I know. I'm in a comic shop in so long, but it's there's still a lot of story there and a lot more to go on, and it leaves you hanging with a lot of questions and a lot of what's going to happen next. And so kind of more of an overall review though is it a good job introducing all of his characters, and really getting you to understand them and feel for them. And all of them have like a little bit of a character arc that they go through. You have obviously the titular Invincible, who you have his kind of story, and you also have his mother, his father, even his like non-powered best friend has a little bit of a story arc there, which is very interesting. And it has his superhero friends. All of them kind of go through a little bit of an arc, and it's really amazing writing. The action, cinematography, all of that is amazing. I went ahead and did look at a few, online, obviously. Look at some images from the actual comic, and the way they drew. I was going to say shot, but it's not shot. It's animated. The way they animated this, some of them is like panel by panel what was in the comic, which is great homage to. I don't know if you even say it's homage. It's great to pull from the reference material like that, from the source material. And I did find out they did change a little bit too. I think for the better. I don't. This wouldn't be considered a spoiler, but they did tweak Adam Eve's costume a little bit. Because in the comics, she kind of has that traditional female where she's basically wearing like a bathing suit bottom, and it's not. And with her character, it's supposed to be a little bit more of a modern, third wave feminist type of person. It doesn't really make a lot of sense that she'd be going around like that. So they changed that into not full pants, a la New 52 Wonder Woman. It was, shorts though. It's like, the shorter, not short shorts, like bike shorts, which makes more sense. It's, not showing as much skin. It's a little bit more coverage, though with her powers, you don't necessarily need to have protection as far as that goes, but it does add a little bit more. I mean, it makes sense to want, those costumes, we all know they're a little silly, but it's not gratuitous or anything. But anyway, so they made a few little tweaks like that. I didn't notice for anybody else, so they probably did. Looking at Omni-Man, I think, the color scheme, I think, is slightly different in the comics, but like, not really. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. It was an excellent show. I'm really looking forward to another season. Like I said, it leaves more story to be told, but doesn't leave the season. The season ends with resolution, so that if they didn't get picked up for a second season, you wouldn't be like, oh man, what's going on? Complete, like, I'm left not knowing. But they did tie up the initial story and some of the initial story arcs and things like that for the characters. So you did get a feeling of satisfaction with it. But so I'm going to wrap up this very short part two to Invincible on Amazon Prime. If you like superheroes and you want something other than Marvel and DC, and you're not looking for necessarily the gore and adult of the boys, then Invincible would be great for you. It does still have, you know, the fights in it do get a little violent, do get kind of bloody and do get gory, but because it's animated, it doesn't hit quite the same way, and it really isn't too much. I know it might, they hit you very hard in the first episode or two with it because it's supposed to be like that. That was a directorial or design choice, because throughout the whole episode everything's very bright colors, superheroes, very Marvel, DC, and then at the end it has that turn and you're like, whoa, and it takes you back. Like I said in the review, watch my first review, the first 3 episodes. Like I said in there, it hits you, and then they kind of continue that throughout the series, knowing that the beans have been spilled, the cat's out of the bag, but they don't overdo it. When they do have those more violent, more gory things, it really does feel like it was a build up to it. It's not like they knock them through a wall and they come up and they're like bloody and gnarly. It's a little bit more than that. Like it felt more realistic. But again, you know, more for like teenagers and then adults. So anyway, if you watched it, tell me your comments below. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on it. Love any comments, really. Please like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, do everything and anything. And until next time, bye.